For the crime trend reporting, you guys can see in your reports in front of you, we've had a few increases but some decreases, namely an increase in thefts and break-and-enters for calls for service over the same period of the past year. But we've also had a number of decreases as well. Motor vehicle collisions have gone down as well. Public disorder has shown an increase of 12.7%. But we have seen a decrease of our Mental Health Act calls, about 27%. Prisoners, however, have gone up since this time last year. 746 for the up till February here, as opposed to 662 within the same time period. And then on page 3 is just a charting of the comparison of where the prisoners are lodged, where they're from, which home community. For the most part is Thompson, but you can see that there's some varying prisoners that are lodged from outlying communities here as well. We do have a number of hard vacancies, but as stated this morning, we're getting a few new members, and we've recently had 2 newly graduated members start this past weekend, and we're expecting another one in May, another new recruit here in May. With the hard vacancies that we've had, we've adjusted our schedule to work with the amount of members that we have and not the amount of members that we want to have. So we've changed that up to have ample coverage of membership during the day and the night. So that came into function here on March 1st. We're still working out a few kinks, but it seems to be going fairly well. You can see there for our clerical support, we have a number of hard vacancies there as well. And one PS is there, but the hard vacancies on the municipal employee side of things it affects a number of things for our paperwork and such. So we're currently working with the city here to get a few more persons of interest to apply. Currently, our administrative sergeant, Joe Mandel, is currently the acting operations staff sergeant, so he's acting in the position of both, while I act in the inspector role here. Not at the moment. There's not a specific person for the traffic section right now, because we've had to divert priority calls for service, but there are members here in town that do the traffic and highway traffic act and things like that. And the member who was previously in our traffic section is still here. And there are some overtime increments here with our adjustment period, but theoretically, with more members on shift, there should be less overtime in theory, how I'm planning it. So hopefully there'll be less overtime, but I really won't know the numbers until we play that out soon. The RCMP and Thompson Fire Emergency Services had like a little job fair at the TRCC at the beginning of February, where our recruiting team came up. Our PCR was there, and a new member who's been recently employed here in Thompson with a few months, like he just graduated and he started, so he was also there to kind of encourage, because he would have the most knowledge, or the freshest knowledge of the depot. So we engaged quite a few people there, which went fairly well. February 27th was a community hockey game with Emergency Services, RCMP, Thompson Fire, Northland North Star coaches, and the Northland North Stars themselves, U18 AAA game, which was very well received with a number of schools coming to watch, and it was a donation for people who could to the food bank, NKO Food Bank here, and that was well received. We We brought over all the food immediately after the game with members and registers. So the MK was quite pleased with that.